'07 Newmar Country Star here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And I gotta tell you, this is going to be a very sweet piece for somebody. It's right in that sweet spot in years where you can get a lot of coach for your dollar. In case you're curious, you know, the kind of dealership we are, I'd like to tell you a couple things about this that are not necessarily, you would think, the most positive facts, but stick with me. When we first took this in on trade, we went through it, we discovered one of the bedroom slides was just acting a little funny. We didn't like it. We climbed up on the roof, discovered that the one of the AC shrouds was torn up a little bit. We discovered a couple little things like the belt for the cab air needed to be replaced. The point is, we took care of that stuff. We made sure it was in working order before it left here. You know, that's the kind of dealership we are. We're not going to try to sell you a piece like this just based on the name and gee, ain't it pretty. It has to perform. Every single piece has to perform, whether it's a $1,200 piece or a $12,000 piece or $120,000 piece. It doesn't matter. Tires look to be in really good shape on this. You're not going to have to spend $2,500 on new tires. You'll notice that all of your slides have awning toppers. You will also notice that all of the awnings have the aluminum shrouds that will keep them from getting sun damaged and weather checked when they're in storage. 400 horsepower rear diesel pusher. You may have noticed the Blue Ox hitch bar system here, tow bar system, pardon me. So, you know, we're all wired up and ready to go. Perfect little tag vehicle to put behind this thing. And that's another thing a lot of people don't realize. There are certain types of vehicles you want to tow behind a motorhome and certain things you don't. You need to find a vehicle with a true neutral. These are the types of things that we're familiar with here. This is what we do every single day, you know. Really, I mean, very impressed. The story behind this one, previous owner was very happy with it. He and his wife spent a great many years traveling around. It has about 50,000 miles, and they were generally very good about taking care of stuff. The last couple years, gentleman had, unfortunately, just due to time and sickness, had lost his wife and just wanted to downsize a little bit, something that was a little bit easier for him to handle alone. And he swapped this one out here for a smaller Jayco Class A Precept right here at Haylett's. You know, so it's not that he was displeased or that it was treating him badly. He just wanted something a little more suitable for one person running around. This is definitely more of a couple's coach, you know, when you're on the go. I like to open this up a couple to show you a couple things here. First of all, just to show you the sheer depth and the fact that they put a little soft touch grip liner right here on the shelf so that your cargo isn't nearly as inclined to slide around. Speaking of soft touch liners, we have about a 7-foot tall ceiling roughly in here, pretty close to that, maybe an inch or two less. But this also has a soft touch liner that helps increase your R values so that you get a little better insulative quality in here. The primary point of it is that it basically deadens all the sound from outside. So it is very quiet, very comfortable. If you're looking to just disconnect from a really busy reality and just relax, this can do it. This is your standard factory furniture. I like to really zoom in on this. You can really see it's not torn up. These folks really took care of stuff. You know, your sofas are almost always your primary seating space, and it's in great shape. They didn't destroy the thing. We have big windows all over the place for lots of ambient light. It is going on a little bit evening here, so I was losing light. I did want to kick on the interior lights, but at the same time, you get to see that all the electronics and all those systems work very well. Convection microwave naturally, as you would expect from a diesel pusher like this. I do really like the larger Max Air fan above the kitchen here for heat ventilation. If you do start cooking on your cooktop over here, it's perfect for it. Naturally solid surface countertops, true tile floors, the types of things you would expect from a very high-class piece like this. But I gotta tell you, man, this thing has some immensely deep drawers. Look at these things. And it's all real wood construction. Nothing's pressboard or particle board. But, you know, your drawers are a solid 2.5 feet deep. They are as deep as this countertop is, which is exceptionally deep. But one of the easiest ways to tell is these stovetop covers are all pretty much about the same size. You have a full extra foot behind that. That's the easiest way to see how big something like this is. You know, every ounce of storage they could open up, they did. Obviously, the slide face is right here, so they made this huge deep pocket as big as they could to give you all that extra storage possible. Even something like this, you look at that and you think, that can't be too much storage. Holy cow, look at that thing. You can put some serious stuff in there. That is absolutely awesome. 4-door, 12 cubic foot refrigerator freezer. Again, nothing unlike you would expect in this class, but it's definitely nice to see. It's amazing how many times people will invest in a bigger rig like this and stick with the smaller 10 cubic foot fridge. You definitely want the extra storage out of that 12. I really like the split bath here. So we've got the shower and one vanity and lavatory right here in your main bath area. But you notice in the private section you have a separate lavatory and vanity section with a double mirror set up here. So if you're getting ready to go out some night, you're all set. Another thing I thought was really cool is this stool is on a riser, so it is sitting up a little higher, and it's going to be a little easier for folks who are maybe a little mobility challenged to handle. Extra linen space up there for a quick hand towel and whatnot, and of course, bigger fan here in the bathroom. I tell you, again though, all these windows, I mean, you see that window right there lets the light in, it gets reflected all over the place. You're not going to have to use your lights a whole heck of a lot. Even now, I really don't need these things, but I thought it'd be nice to turn it on. Notice too, your countertops here in the bathroom, same matching solid surface material you find in the kitchen. You know, they didn't chintz when it came to things like bathroom doors. Everything's still hardwood. They didn't change their construction just because they're out of the kitchen. I've seen that happen too much. True queen bed, room for a king if you did want to upgrade. There is the width to do that. Both windows on each side of the bed will open for ventilation. Extra storage above the bed, and I love just the little, you know, glass etchings there. Just some little touch of character. That's something I've always enjoyed. Notice the power outlets right next to the bed, right up by your headboard. Good for you know, alarm clocks and CPAP machines and all kinds of good stuff. You see the combo washer dryer is installed there. There is room. If you wanted to kill that shelf, you could upgrade to a stackable were you so inclined to do so. But this is here. These folks were full-timers. Again, he just wanted to scale down a little bit. I think we actually installed a washer dryer for him in his new coach. And you can tell full-timers because they always find a way to reinforce that hanging bar right there. Let me turn on a little bit of light here for you. There you go. You can see where they just, little at-home remedy to add some extra structure to that so they could really load it up and have some supreme storage. Being an '07, it was built before extra flat screens were a common thing. You will find a nicely sized, roughly 40-inch flat screen up in the cockpit area. The way they have this offset, I think, is awesome, because it gives you really easier access to all your storage, and it kind of gives you just an extra little shelf to work with. And that's something you don't often find. Oop, looks like previous owner may have forgotten some. Lonesome Dove Cattle Company. That's pretty cool. Big shower here, and I love how tall this shower is. You will not hit your head in here. Lots of elbow room, because the last thing you want in a big coach like this is a cramped shower. Unfortunately, you see it happen every now and then. Let me give you a big sweeping view of the living room from the other direction here. And with these two slides set across from one another, you have virtually a 16-foot wide living room. It's absolutely supreme. Another cool thing, there's extra little power outlets under the dinette, and that to me is really cool for, even though this is an '07, it's still very modern because it's a great spot to keep phone chargers plugged in and whatnot. I believe sofa will kick out into an extra little sleeper. The seating arrangement here, it looks like at one point there may have been another sofa or something like that, and he had just swapped it out for a Euro chair. Again, he was alone, and he actually added just an extra little loose aftermarket third-party bookshelf right here. He was a huge book enthusiast. I have no idea how he got all those books in this coach, and what's funny, he goes, well, I've only read them twice. I love that. It's as if that means he's just barely scratched the surface. I thought that was so cool. The controls for your awning over the entry door right up here. Easy access. Everything's smart and located in the right spot. That looks to be maybe more of a 32-inch TV. I think I mentioned 40 before. We can put a tape measure to it. Give us a call. I mean, that's easy. You know, power drops for like your vanity curtain over here and whatnot. I don't think I mentioned we are on a Spartan chassis in this coach. You know, power levelers over here on the side. It's got it all. And like I said, we've gone through it. We're making sure this thing is in top shape before it goes here. The last thing we want is for this thing to go down the road and give you any surprises. So give us a ring at 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care, stay safe, and happy camping. Go have some fun.